Hello everyone, my name is Austin from awfulmedia.com, and today we're going to pick up where we left off a couple days ago on our WordPress theme, and we were building our header.php file. So what we have to do now is we have to continue down, and we're going to work in the HTML part. And keep in mind, like, the HTML will actually close in the footer. It will not close in the header, but I just wrote it up like that for some reason. I don't know why. So what we're going to do is inside the HTML tag, we're going to start a body tag. And now right inside the body tag, we're going to have a div with a class of container. We're using it like that because we're going to be using skeleton framework. So we're going to go to get skeleton, get.com. And we're going to download this. Just download it, and I will show you what to do with it really quickly. Pretty sure I have a copy somewhere. Just open up the zip file. Inside of this folder, we have images, style sheets, and then index. We're going to go to the style sheets. We're going to take the skeleton.css. Let's go to our www folder. Oh, can't go that way. Here in WAMP, www, content, themes, game square. And we're going to drag this right inside that folder. And there we go. And now we have to link to that the exact same way we did this one. Now we could just combine those two files. And you should do that, actually, if you are going to have like more than two style sheets, or if you want to get down your HTTP requests, just go ahead and combine the skeleton and the style sheet. But in this case, for simplisticness, I want to keep them as two files so we can keep them separated. And then I'm going to say skeleton.css. So now we should be able to use skeleton styles and not have to do anything else. So in the div class container, we're going to create another div, and this one is going to be 5 columns wide. And skeleton we use just like that, 5 columns. Now that's going to span 5 columns wide. Keep in mind, I did not design this prior to this. I did not do a WordPress mockup. We are just going with it, so we're going to see where we go. I just have an idea in mind, and we're going to see if I can get there. Now below this, we have to grab a logo. Okay, so if I have this logo right here, we're going to link to that, but I want to put this logo inside of an image folder. Let's create a new folder and call it img. Now drag the logo.png into the img folder. We will store all of our images for this theme inside of that folder. So we're going to wrap our logo in an anchor tag, so let's go get that started. And the link for the anchor tag is going to be, we're going to echo get option. That's going to be home. It's going to find the home URL and place it right there for us. Right there for us. And then we're going to end that anchor tag. Inside this, we're going to have an image tag with a source. We're going to say blog info. Template URL. Let's see. End that. Then slash image slash logo.png. And then we can add a title. And we'll just use the blog info title with PHP tags, which I forgot for some reason. So let's make our way to the local host in our web browser. And I'm going to go to the administrator panel. Appearance, themes, and I'm going to activate our theme, which doesn't have a screenshot. To add the screenshot, I know I forgot this in the first or the second tutorial, and I said I was going to do it. Create an image that's 300 by 225 pixels, I believe. Create that image, make it like a screenshot of your theme, make it like your logo, whatever, and drag that into your root directory of your theme. Like in my case, it would be right inside of the game square folder. And it will find it and use that. But let's activate our theme and visit the website. Have the GameSquare logo, and that's exactly what we want. If we click that, it'll take us to localhost or whatever directory our home is at that time. And our title, you would have noticed though that there's a lot of padding and margin and stuff going on because we have to bring in a reset. We're going to bring in a good old reset to our CSS file. That is typically the first thing you'll have in a CSS file. All it's going to do is reset like the paddings and margins. And you can go through and adjust these one by one for what you want for specific occasions. Like say, this browser has a 12 pixel padding around your paragraphs, but this browser has a 10 pixel padding. What we're going to do is reset all of them, and you could just go, actually, yeah, right there. meyerweb.com/eric/tools/css/reset. Just go there. And I will probably have all this up on my website on the video post for this tutorial because there's quite a bit of stuff here. Now if we hit Control S, come to the browser and refresh, you'll see it remove some of that padding and remove some of that margin there for us. And I also want to add another class to this div right here. I want to add a clearfix. And what the clearfix does in this case, there's a few different methods, but we're going to be using the clearfix method, which adds, I'll just show you, the skeleton.css. It comes in that for us. Go down to the bottom here. We will see the clearfix, and you'll see a bunch of stuff that you've probably never used before, or you may have, I don't really know. And what it's going to do is after our content is done, it's going to add a clear in that's not going to let anything float around it. So after our logo, there's going to be something right here that isn't going to let an element or anything float on the left or the right side of it. In the last tutorials we did, I did a div with a class of clear, and I made that clear have the clear both on it. But to avoid extra markup, we will do it this way. Quickly here, let's add a header tag around this because we'll be using this as our header, and we're using HTML5. And a header tag in HTML5 just means the heading of something. In this case, the heading of the website. It could be the heading of an article or something like that. So it's not just for the heading of the website, but we are doing the heading of the website, so we'll use it as it is. And below this, we're going to start a nav, and on this nav, we're going to add a class of 16 columns. And also a nav bar class, which we will define ourselves. Inside of this, we're going to bring in the WordPress nav menu. Now, this is something introduced in 3.0, WordPress 3.0, which is where we can define menus and titles for our menus in the WordPress dashboard. Now, before we did this, we had to use like pages for our menus, or a hard-coded menu, or categories. But now we can define specific things, like any title we want, and link it to any URL we want. So there's really just so much freedom to this, and it's all dynamically done, and you can arrange it in an awesome interface, and it's just it's really smooth, and it works really well. So we're going to be using the function WordPress nav menu. Now inside this, we're going to start an array. An array is like a collection of values, just like it is in any kind of mathematics you've done. And it's a way we're going to store a few different things in a single line here. So I'm going to say array, which means that we're inside these parentheses, we're defining an array. And that's how we define a specific thing. So we're going to say the container class is going to be called, or going to be named what? In our case, the main nav. We'll do another one, so we'll comma, da-da, 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 no, da-da. And we'll say the container will be a nav. Well, so let's just make this a div because we don't want a nav inside a nav. It'd be weird looking. We'll have the nav. We'll have the chunk of links already wrapped in a nav link or a nav tag, so that's fine. We'll do it like that. So we hit Control S, and there's one more thing we have to do to make this work, other than our style sheets. We have to go into our folder and create a new file, a new text document called functions.php. Now inside of this file we're going to define custom functions for our theme. And we're going to have quite a bit of stuff in this file before we get done. But for now we're going to just have a few lines. So we're going to come down a couple here and I'm going to say create nav menu or something. Now inside of here we're going to register our nav menus within a function which checks if that function exists. You don't necessarily have to do this, but it's something I've been doing, so I will continue to do it. So we're going to say if the function exists, so if register nav menus, if that exists, then we're going to go on and define register nav menus. We will define these within an array again. So we're going to say array and the exact same way we did last time. And the primary menu is going to be header navigation. And we could define more than one. We could define more than one by going just like this and saying, well, the secondary is going to be called this, and you'll have more than one menu to work with. But there we go. Now we should have the option to create navigation menus within our admin here. If we go to appearance and we have menus, so we'll say main nav, create menu. There we go. And say I want to link to YouTube. I know this won't be the navigation menu. Then I'll say YouTube. Add to menu. It's going to add it to the menu, and if we have more than one over here, we can drag them, order them, we can edit them, add a title, and we could also offset them to create a drop-down menu, which we'll get into in a little bit. So let's save this menu. Go visit the website, and you'll see that we have a YouTube link there now. And just to show you that's working, we'll add a Google link. Just for fun. Add to menu. Let's put that on top. Save the menu. And we'll refresh, and now we have Google and YouTube. But we obviously have to style these links so they don't look like that, which we will get into in the next part. This part took so long to do, I don't know why. But we are getting there, we're getting stuff done. And now we're actually bringing in content, so that's a good start. Fourth part, I didn't expect to be bringing in content because I expected to still be explaining things to get people started. But no, we're started and we're getting there. So be sure to subscribe if you are enjoying this tutorial series. You will learn how to create a WordPress theme, there's no doubt about that. And you will also learn a few more things if you know how to create a WordPress theme. Because we're going to do quite a few custom bits in this theme. So if you think, well, I can create a WordPress theme, so there's no need for me to watch. Well, you may not need to watch right now, but later on, we're going to be doing a few cool things. So just subscribe, please, please, please. And like the video if you like it. Leave some comments below so I can talk with you. I love interacting with people. If you have any questions, leave a comment below. If you have any requests, leave a comment below. I will be sure to get to you, I promise. I like to talk to people. And I will be posting some of this code that we just wrote on my website. You can get to it at awfulmedia.com/tutorial code. or something. I'll put a link somewhere. I've not made it yet, so I don't really know. But be sure to go there to grab some of the code we wrote, or the code we pasted in. And I will see you next time.